Hello, Namaste, welcome back to my channel, 𝐦𝐤𝐳 here once again. So, in today's video, as the headline says, the bad times for the gems and jewelry sector. So, why I am saying that? The reason being, I will explain it in the details. In last 1 year, if you have seen, the gold prices have gone up by 20%. From about $2,000 per ounce, it reached to $2,400, and now it's around 2,300. So it's between 2,300 to $2,400 per ounce, almost a 20% increase in the price. And apart from that pure gold price increase, jewelry, when you go to make a jewelry, when people go to buy jewelry, there are some additional charges of making charges, then this design charges. So all these charges make up around 4 to 5%. I mean 3 to 5%, depending on very high brand you go or a normal shop you go and try to buy. So it becomes so costly that, in my opinion, I think it is going to be a very deterrent factor for the buyers. The demand will decrease, that people will not go and buy the gold jewelry or the gold gems and jewelry, generally this precious metal jewelry. So please, if you like this video, you give your comment also regarding what your opinion about that, and you please put a like and share it with your maximum people, and also join my Telegram channel and my website. And for personalized consultancy, it's on a chargeable basis. You can write to me. So continuing this gold and gems and jewelry factor. So there is one factor that with so much of gold price increase, it becomes almost kind of unaffordable for the common man to buy gold jewelry. The second factor comes is the diamonds also, because you don't just buy gold jewelry, right? There is always some studded, some gems, be it diamond, be it emerald, be it any other this thing. So that is also a very big shift has happened. What has happened is that with so much of sanctions being applied on the Russian diamonds, starting from this year, and also all these other problems in the last 2 years because of this Russia-Ukraine war and all these financial issues, what we are seeing is that the cost of the diamond also is going up, or the price is going up. In that case, combined with the gold prices and this gems means diamond prices, so jewelry sector overall affordability, all the price has gone up by 30% only in 1 year. And if you take a period of last 5 years also, even post-COVID, considering that COVID, everything depressed, the overall average price has gone up by 25% in the last 5 years for this. And inflation has also gone up. So that way, if you take inflation into account, then the prices have gone up by 40 to 50% in 5 years, 50% increase in the jewelry prices. And if you look at the average disposable income of the people, in average, generally, it has not gone up by 50%. So jewelry is not like your food or transportation or housing, which are the essential segments for anybody's life. So first portion of your money or income will go to this, and then the second, after that, everything is you have satisfied yourself with housing, home, food, and transportation. Then only this kind of precious metals or jewelry, or it's called luxury items, it goes into money, it goes into. And another shift which has happened in last 2 years post Russia-Ukraine war is shift in the looking of gold as an investment rather than the jewelry segment. Why this has happened as an investment asset? This has happened because of so much of sanctions put up by US and EU on Russia, and freezing of assets, of Russian assets into that USA banks, and capturing of the gold assets also, which lies with the LME, London Metal Exchange, because most of the gold of all the countries, mostly, it lies in the warehouses dominated by US and London. So their people or the other government has started thinking about that if this can be done to say Russia, the same thing can be your dollars or your currency or your reserves can be also frozen by USA and other European Union. So that is where the discussion or the debate has started for finding an alternative to this fiat currency of USD. And that is where again we come back to this gold backed currency. So that is why the gold price is also going up. So gold has become rather than an investment tool rather than the jewelry. So now there are the discussions that people say that no, because now this Fed is talking about interest rate cut, that's why all the commodity prices, metal prices and energy prices goes up. So in anticipation of that, my view, personal view is that first of all, it will be very difficult for the US Fed to cut interest rate, even though market may keep on speculating, because now till November election, till the November US presidential election, I don't think so that there would be any cut. Because for US election, for the US voters, the biggest issue becomes that gas price, or what you there call the tank price and the petrol pump price. Because there everything depends on the transportation. Everybody uses vehicle, and so majority of their disposable income of a US household goes for the food and transportation. Around 8% of the US household income, average income, goes for the transportation, for filling up gas tank. So it's very sensitive to the US public. So they are not going to accept if it increases, because the interest rate is reduced, then all the commodity and all these things generally jumps up prices, energy. So that is where I am sure this government of USA, even though US Fed will not act. That is my views. Suppose even if they act and reduce, reduce interest rate, then so definitely you will see a bumper rally in gold, which will be beyond everybody's comprehension. But even though if this rally doesn't happen, if interest rate is not cut, then also, as I told you, that there is a total decoupling of this interest rate and the gold, because of looking at gold as an investment and as a future currency alternative to the paper currency, because this is the real asset. That is why we will see a disconnect between the gold prices and the interest rate cut. So despite interest rate not being cut, or delay in cut, you are not going to see that gold will come down. We will see that gold prices will go up in the future. Next, that is what, till the time some alternative currency comes into the world which is totally backed by the physical gold, not like paper currency of US dollar. That is the reason I see there is not much connect, between the interest rate cuts by US or interest rate cycle by USA and price rally of gold. That is also the reason I see that future of the gems and jewelry segment is not very good, because demand is going to come down only. So much of high price, who is going to afford? I have met some of the even diamond jewelers here who are into the diamond business, and some of the rich people here in Moscow, and they are talking about that now they, with so much of price, and they are rich. And in diamond, he said that my industry, the demand is coming down because people are shifting to putting zircon or American diamond, or what you call that, not diamond, but just any other stone, semi-precious stone. He said, who is going to come and see on my ears or on my hand that this is real, and who is going to understand also? So this is coming from the horse's mouth, from rich people who used to a diamond, and from the diamond industry guy. That is where I see a big shift happening into the consumer taste, and you will see a very declining demand path for the gems and jewelry sector. So people are not going to invest into jewelry, but they will rather buy gold bonds or directly some gold coin or gold something, rather than wasting money into the jewelry, because jewelry itself becomes so much of price. Apart from the gold, there are additional charges are added. very high additional charges, and it makes it almost unaffordable. So I would recommend, this is my recommendation, looking at the future, because we always talk about future, right? What is currently is not the important. We are seeing the top of this gems and jewelry segment. So looking at the future, the declining demand trend, what we have seen is the best of the times for this gems and jewelry. Now it is over. You are not going to see that. That is why my recommendation is that one should, if you have invested money into the gems and jewelry segment, the companies which are into the gems and jewelry manufacturing or selling, branding, one should get out of these stocks, because I don't see the future for them in the near time. That's what I wanted to share from my side. That's it from my side. Ciao from Neeraj from Moscow. Love you all.